Mohamed Salah versus Bukayo Saka decision made as Liverpool star told he has to change. Former Liverpool midfielder Danny Murphy says he would still rather have Mohamed Salah over Arsenal counterpart Bukayo Saka. Mohamed Salah has been backed by ex-Red star Danny Murphy, but only if he improves his defending. Former Liverpool midfielder Danny Murphy says he would still rather have Mohamed Salah over Arsenal counterpart Bukayo Saka, but says it's time for the Egypt star to embrace more defensive responsibility under Arne Slot. Salah's most recent goal for the Reds came on November 1st when Aston Villa were beaten 2-0 at Anfield, which is the latest the numbered 11 has gone in all of his 9 seasons to date, before reaching 5 for the term. Saka, meanwhile, has played a big part in an Arsenal side that currently tops the Premier League table, although the England international actually has 2 fewer than Salah's haul so far. Arne Slot told to make Liverpool formation switch, as Alexander Isak given fresh challenge. Salah is Liverpool's all-time leading marksman of the Premier League era, and with 250 goals across all competitions at Anfield, only Roger Hunt and Ian Rush have scored more for the club. And speaking on TalkSport, ex-midfielder Murphy says that is what sets Salah apart from Arsenal man Saka, who is 9 years the Liverpool star's junior. I'd probably just still go with Salah over Saka, because he can score goals from anywhere, Murphy said. You know, he's just got this knack of scoring unbelievable goals more regularly. Giving Salah the license to not defend against a left-back who loves going forward and isn't even a left-back in Nico O'Reilly, who has been brilliant recently, I couldn't believe what I was watching, to be honest, against Manchester City. I don't know how he, Arne Slot, can keep watching the same thing and not change it. And it's not like Salah can't do the running. He hasn't asked him to see if he can. He doesn't have to do it every single time, but he has spent so long not doing it. Last season, Salah came out and said he was enjoying it more because he doesn't have to defend as much as he did with Jurgen Klopp. But it's just time and time again, and I don't think he needs to be dropped because he's such a threat, but I think you've got to tell him to defend. Salah is expected to be part of the Liverpool team that hosts Nottingham Forest at Anfield on November 22nd. Liverpool push for Antoine Semenyo gains momentum after Fabrizio Romano drops update. Antoine Semenyo's fast start to the season at Bournemouth has sparked talk of a potential move to Liverpool. The Ghanaian forward has already racked up 6 Premier League goals and 3 assists, and there is growing belief that it could lead him to a bigger club sooner rather than later. Recent reports suggested fans should not expect anything to happen in January, with the summer window seen as a more realistic time for any deal, but that has not stopped speculation about an earlier move from building momentum. Fabrizio Romano, long regarded as one of the most reliable voices in transfer news, has now weighed in on where things stand between Semenyo and Liverpool. Antoine Semenyo being watched by Liverpool scouts. Semenyo's rise at Bournemouth has been steady, if not spectacular, since his arrival in January 2023. Liverpool supporters have drawn early comparisons to Sadio Mane, impressed by Semenyo's pace, finishing ability, and intelligence on the ball. While those links may be premature, there is growing evidence that the Reds are keeping a close eye on the forward. Romano addressed the speculation during a Q&A on Threads. When asked about Liverpool's interest in Semenyo, he replied, "They're Liverpool following Semenyo progress closely, that's for sure," he wrote. While Romano did not suggest an immediate move was on the cards, it does add weight to reports that Liverpool have genuine interest in the striker ahead of this summer window. Why a move for Antoine Semenyo does not fit Liverpool's needs. Some Liverpool fans seem convinced Semenyo is exactly what the club needs right now, but we are not entirely sold on that idea at HITC. The Ghanaian forward has quality and would add something different to the squad, but considering the likely fee involved, he does not quite feel like a top-level signing. It might be wiser for Liverpool to use that kind of money on a high-caliber centre-back like Alessandro Bastoni, or invest in an established talent such as Bradley Barcola. Arne Slot told Liverpool transfer should have never happened after latest blow. Liverpool have been sent a clear transfer message after being handed a major blow in their hopes of retaining their Premier League crown. Arne Slot has been sent a Liverpool transfer message. Liverpool have been told why they should never have sold Luis Diaz during the summer transfer window. The Reds sanctioned the exit of the Colombia international in a deal with Bayern Munich worth up to $65 million. Diaz has since gone on to enjoy an impressive start to life in Germany, scoring 11 goals across 17 appearances in all competitions. After Liverpool let Diaz leave the club, the Reds went to the transfer market to strengthen their forward options with the arrivals of Hugo Ekitike and Alexander Isak. Ekitike started the season in impressive form with 6 goals in all competitions, but has not scored in the Premier League since September 20. Isak has 1 goal to his name for Liverpool since his $125 million switch from Newcastle, with the Sweden international's only strike coming against Southampton in the Carabao Cup. Liverpool have been told why they should never have sold Luis Diaz during the summer transfer window. The Reds sanctioned the exit of the Colombia international in a deal with Bayern Munich worth up to $65 million. Diaz has since gone on to enjoy an impressive start to life in Germany, scoring 11 goals across 17 appearances in all competitions. After Liverpool let Diaz leave the club, the Reds went to the transfer market to strengthen their forward options with the arrivals of Hugo Ekitike and Alexander Isak. Ekitike started the season in impressive form with 6 goals in all competitions, but has not scored in the Premier League since September 20. Isak has 1 goal to his name for Liverpool since his $125 million switch from Newcastle, with the Sweden international's only strike coming against Southampton in the Carabao Cup. Virgil van Dijk rejected as Chelsea star names Liverpool transfer target toughest opponent. Former Premier League striker Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank has explained why Liverpool should not have let Diaz leave the club. The former Chelsea star also questioned the effect of the Reds bringing both Ekitike and Isak to the club, with Arne Slot being regularly quizzed about potentially selecting the duo in the same starting lineup. Hasselbank's verdict comes after Liverpool were handed another blow in their hopes of retaining the Premier League title, having lost 3-0 to rivals Manchester City last weekend. They let Luis Diaz go, which in my eyes should have never happened. They should have gone and got a winger then, said Hasselbank during an appearance on Sky Sports News. He continued, "You have got Hugo Ekitike in the building. He is doing well. He hit the ground running. He was scoring. Alexander Isak comes in and Ekitike goes on the bench. What does that do to Ekitike, and what else does that do for the squad?" Luis Diaz left Liverpool to join Bayern Munich. Whatever you say is not good, and that is the problem you're going to get. You have that problem, then on top of that, you have to find a place for Wirtz. Don't forget Wirtz in there. You have to find a place. Ibrahima Konate offers Liverpool contract update and hints at when decision will be made. Ibrahima Konate has offered a new update on his Liverpool future ahead of his contract expiring next summer. Ibrahima Konate attends a press conference at the Tofik Bahramov Republican Stadium in Baku. Ibrahima Konate has revealed he hopes to announce his decision about his future very soon, as he dismissed claims that Liverpool had made him another new contract offer. The France international's current deal expires at the end of the season. The defender revealed back in January that he had been offered a new deal by the Reds, but was not yet close to signing an extension. Alexander Isak injury twist as Sweden reveal plan for Liverpool striker. He is not ready. Now 6 months on, and the 26-year-old is still yet to sign a new contract. Linked with the likes of Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain, he will be free to sign a pre-contract agreement with overseas clubs from January 1st. But Konate is hopeful that his future will soon be resolved, as he once again rubbished speculation about his contract negotiations with the Reds. "I've seen a lot of things in the press recently, like Liverpool have made me a new offer," he said. "I don't know where that's coming from. My agents are continuing discussions with Liverpool. I hope my decision will be made very soon so I can announce it." Meanwhile, Konate also shared his delight for Reds teammate Hugo Ekitike after seeing the striker score his first goal for France in their 4-0 victory over Ukraine. "At Liverpool, there's a different intensity compared to the Bundesliga," he said at a pre-match press conference ahead of France's final World Cup qualifier against Azerbaijan. "Everyone experienced that. I challenged him when he arrived. After training, he was a bit tired. He didn't want to go to the gym at first, so I looked him in the eyes for 5 seconds and said, 'Do you want to play for the French national team?' I left the room, and when I came back, he was in the gym. He works hard every day. He's really stepped up in that regard. I think he turned a corner because of that." He made a strong case for himself in France's last match. "I was extremely happy for him after his goal against Ukraine because he was heavily criticized before, especially during his time at PSG. He had some difficult times, but he's on the right track." Liverpool has blown Marc Guéhi transfer as Ibrahima Konate instruction given. Liverpool was close to signing Marc Guéhi on transfer deadline day, only for Crystal Palace to pull the plug on a deal for the highly rated England international. Marc Guéhi remains a Crystal Palace player. Liverpool has been informed that it has blown its chances of securing Crystal Palace captain Mark Guehi's signature. That's the verdict from former Liverpool midfielder Don Hutchison, who believes the centre-back has become essential business in the January transfer window. The Reds were on the verge of completing a $35 million, $46 million agreement for Guehi on transfer deadline day, only to watch Palace withdraw from negotiations at the final moment after its own pursuit of Igor Julio collapsed, with the defender instead joining West Ham from Brighton. Guehi's contract expires next summer, and he remains a target of considerable interest on Merseyside. However, Hutchison, who made 60 appearances for the Reds between 1991 and 1994, insists Arne Slot cannot delay until the campaign's conclusion to secure the England international. They've blown their chances of landing him, Hutchison told Sportscasting.com, 1,000,000%. I mean, I'd love to be a fly on the wall at Liverpool when they didn't get the Guehi deal done. Let's just say Crystal Palace wanted $45 million. Liverpool should have given them $50 million because they're going to have Mark Guehi for 6 years. They should have just paid the money. Guehi helped Crystal Palace win 2 trophies in 2025. When I compare Liverpool to Arsenal, I see 2 proper men and 2 proper guys that won't be bullied in Ricardo Calafiori and Jurrien Timber, alongside William Saliba and Gabriel. So you've got 4 centre-backs across there. If Mark Guehi was at Liverpool now, he'd be playing at left-back and you'd be Ibrahima Konate, Virgil van Dijk, Connor Bradley and Guehi, and you'd be thinking, crikey, that's pretty versatile. Liverpool should have just paid Palace whatever they wanted. I think it was a poor move. They were so focused on signing Alexander Isak. I understand that because you can't turn it down, but Guehi had to be the other priority. This January has to be the marker with Guehi if they want to finish in the top 4. They need to try and pull out all the stops to land him in January because by the summertime, I think he'll have plenty of options to choose from, and they could be more attractive to him and his family. Regarding Ibrahima Konate, who finds himself out of contract next summer, Hutchison continued, I'd keep Konate from now to the end of season because he's a good body to have around just in case Virgil got injured, or if Guehi signed and took a knock. If Guehi went to left back, you would still need Konate. I'd keep him around until the summer, and if he wants to move on a free transfer, then Liverpool will have 1 or 2 irons in the fire to try and replace him.